And so, Harvester begins without much of an explanation, or any explanation for that matter. The only thing we know for sure is that there's a field of wheat with a crop circle in it, a creepy children's ball bouncing down a vacant street, a classroom, and a bloodied man screaming from the bottom of a hole in the floor of a large building. And already I have lots to bitch about. Like, will somebody fix that goddamn hole in the floor that this dude obviously fell down in? After that, opening credits with all the flashy pizzazz of an epileptic-inducing children's anime. And after that, Harvester. Oh, thank God, he put his shirt on. And so, the madness officially begins with some useful gameplay tips. If you get stuck on a puzzle, try using items in crazy, illogical ways.
Well, we can most certainly not argue with that.
You can pick your friends, and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Harvester, I know there's a bunch of freaking first graders out there who would very strongly object to that sage advice. Harvester!
Avoid cliches like the plague.
Likelihood of avoiding cliches in this game is about as likely as us knowing what the frick happened to that guy who fell in the freaking floor on that building down at the bottom. The freaking building through the floor of that building we were in moments ago. Hello?
And so we have a look around this room, which seems to be our bedroom. Several things pique our interest, such as some recently watered plastic plants, a photo on the dresser drawer next to our bed that we saw moments before of a beautiful girl, blonde, about 17 years old, and another dresser over here beneath the mirror. We open the top drawer and we retrieve a quarter and a pen. Our inventory screen is pretty neat, by the way. It features a photo image of the character that we're playing down at the bottom. When your character takes damage, this photo will show it, while at the same time your character will still look pretty upbeat about the thought of internal bleeding. Anyways, nothing too crazy seems to be happening here so far. Just some plastic plants and whatnot. So let's head on out of here and into the living room, where we meet a young boy sitting in front of an old television.
What?
Oh, and just who are you, you lovely little darling of a child?
Leave me alone, Steve, or I'll tell Mom on you.
Hey, it's not like I was throwing Cheerios at you at the fucking breakfast table, you little pipsqueak.
Mom's in the kitchen, and if you bug me, I'll call her.
Look, do you know me?
Wish I didn't, 'cause then you wouldn't be my brother, and I'd have your room, and all the presents at Christmas. Though I will soon enough anyway, 'cause you're a lousy rat.
Something tells me this kid needs a boot up the ass!
You're my brother?
No, duh.
Listen, I don't mean to, bug you, but I can't seem to remember anything. Will you please just tell me who you are?
Mom, Steve is bugging me.
Steve, leave Hank alone right now.
Fine! I don't even want to be a part of this dumbass family that I just realized I was a part of.
So, our main character is named Steve, who has amnesia. Let's just try to keep track of all the fucks in this town who don't believe this guy has amnesia. Little Hank would love to help Steve, except he's watching his favorite cowboy show, and he's also a miniature little prick.
You always were a kidder, Steve. Leave me alone. I'm sick.
And get the fuck to bed, you little shit!
Have you noticed that your show is in black and white?
What else? Color? On a TV?
Well, I think I've seen a colored television before.
Have not. Quit it, or I'm gonna tell.
You sure you want to do that, Hank? Our mother could turn into Rod Sterling any second now.
Hey, look at that. Your mother lets you watch this stuff?
Sure. This is part of history. What made America great. And besides, blood and guts are neato.
Blood and guts would be even more neato if it was yours all over the front lawn. You little fuck.
So why isn't this freaking shit stain in bed?
You look alright to me.
I'm not faking. I couldn't go to school because I'm sick. Daddy's sick in bed too. And Mom believes me anyway. So shut up.
Okay, fine. If your dad is too sick, bedridden, to do any amount of strenuous activity, okay, I guess I gotta believe you. I don't know what else to do. I guess I gotta believe.
He and Mom went at it last night pretty hard.
Oh, God, what the fuck just, oh my God, no.
He stayed in bed. I saw what she did to him. It was pretty bad.
What did she...
Like you don't know. I saw you and her on the couch last Wednesday night. Guess that's why she's grounded now, huh? Too bad you wouldn't pay me and I had to tell, huh?
What are you talking about? What girl?
All summer it's been Stephanie this and Stephanie that. And now you don't remember? You think I'm dumb or something?
No, I just can't remember anything, like I said.
Well, you better remember quick, 'cause the wedding's in 2 weeks.
What?
Are you getting all of this, people? Are you getting all of this? Because it's quite a load to process there. Most importantly, first off, no consensual sex before marriage. Fuck that. But Mom is well within her rights to do whatever the holy ungodly fuck to Dad, even if it was just casual sex between two consenting adults. Little Hank was still able to witness the aftermath, which according to him was, and I quote,
It was pretty bad.
and this was not even the first 5 minutes of the fucking game!
Alright. Let's just stop talking to this kid before I ram his ass through that television.
Good. Finally.
Whatever. Go fuck yourself, kid. Whatever. Get out of here.
Indeed, the parents' bedroom door is locked, and that's probably a good thing. So, let's go talk to our dear old mother, who I'm sure isn't as much as a muscleist as little Hank led us to believe.
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's plenty of rejects in the trash.
Ooh, yummy! Trash cookies! My favorites! Get my hands on those.
So, this woman is Stevie's mother.
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
Land's sake, stop your joshing, won't you?
And this makes the second person that does not believe Steve has amnesia. And it's his own fucking mother.
Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
Listen, this may sound strange, but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
Steve was such a kidder, I don't think he would be saying the exact same goddamn thing over and over again.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
No fucking shit. Woman! Backhand you.
18 years old and you're just now getting your first job. It's a disgrace, but better late than never. I guess we can thank Stephanie for that.
And just who is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you start in on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Well, by God, gee there, little missy, if I somehow lost my memory too, I would start having second thoughts about my life choices too.
Look, all this talk about weddings is nuts. I'm not marrying anybody till I figure out what's going on here.
Oh, you're not having second thoughts about marrying Stephanie? Is that what this silliness is all about? Pre-wedding jitters?
Can something like that produce amnesia?
Stephanie must be pretty goddamn ugly if that's the case.
Stop this foolishness right now and count your blessings. Stephanie is great at cooking and cleaning.
What's cooking and cleaning got to do with anything?
Honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You may not appreciate a hot meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon enough, I'll bet.
You're saying that's all there is to marriage? Cooking and cleaning?
Well, Don Draper and 4/5 of all the characters in Atlantis The Lost Tales will totally not disagree with that rhetoric. And I'd call that a democratic consensus. Yeah!
And our precious mother has something to add to that rhetoric. Something about Stephanie doing her duty, though I'm not quite sure what she means by that.
Bless your innocence, but there are certain disgusting truths that go along with marriage. Facts that can't be disguised by sheets which wrap around the contours of flexing go-go's and bouncing legs. You can't know what I'm talking about, and that's best. When the time comes to make a baby with Stephanie, you'll have to make your peace with the fact that when a farmer plants his seed, he can't help but get some nasty dirt on his hoe.
And I am sorry that I asked. Fuck me.
What a thing to say to your mother. Was that an invitation now that your father is out of action? Maybe later, dear. Right now I have housework to do. Though you can watch if you want. Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna very carefully, casually get the fuck out of this house. No sudden movements, just ease the fuck out of this crazy shit!
Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hey, how come you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning?
Alright. So, let me get this straight. Our mom just wanted to fuck us, didn't she? Oh, and Jimmy's a fucking paper boy dude, and we're supposed to give him the paper instead of it being the other way around? Makes sense to me.
Anyway, fuck off, kid. I got much better things to do.
Well, I don't, you selfish punk. How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
Oh, whoa, Steve, don't go easy on the making sense of things.
The Sentinel building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be Jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes in mine. Say, you got any spare sneakers?
Do I look like a freaking Payless shoe store to you?
Oh, gee whiz. Look, if you find any, I'd be willing to trade you for them. Something really neato. Think about it. See you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator. Okay, that's it. That's grounds to kill this kid. Grounds to kill this kid. Because I say so.
You stupid ass kid. I'm gonna freaking. Wait, what? Whoa, holy shit. What did you gonna freaking. Oh my god. Whoa. Hey, wait. What? Hey, what? Hey! What the? Ooh. What? What?
Kid had a freaking. He was packing heat. He had a freaking gun. I guess I should have saw that coming. I guess. I don't know.
Well, I suppose now is a good time to remind you to save your game. Often, you know, in case something like that happens. So, redo time. This time we don't piss off the paper boy because he's gonna blow us our head off with a freaking 12 gauge and oh my god. This time we get the paper for Jimmy. The paper box is located right next to the door as we go out. Then we give the paper to little old mobster hitman.
Hey, Steve. You've been doing a swell job putting the paper out in the morning. You just keep doing that and we won't have any problems. That's not much to ask, is it?
As long as it does not involve the term pistol whipping.
We are now free to explore the neighborhood. Here we have a map of the town of Harvest. Not much to look at, but trust me, we've only scratched the surface here. I just hope we don't run into Mr. Rogers' neighborhood's doppelganger around here singing, "Such a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I want you to be my neighbor." Meanwhile, he's acting like a perverted Buffalo Bill type character, leading you down the basement to his sex dungeon and leaving you in a hole in the ground. It's such a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and he puts the lotion right in the basket. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, oh neighbor. He puts the lotion in the basket. Is she a great big fat person?
Well, obviously not Buffalo Bill. Otherwise she wouldn't fit down the frickin' well.
So let's go say hi to the neighborhood by first going to the Potsdam residence. We go in the front door and we find a heavyset guy lying on a couch, rubbing his greasy palms.
There he is, my future son-in-law. And how's he doing today? What brings him to the Potsdam household, huh?
Hey, guess what? I lost my memory! Ho, 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 ho! Ho, ho, ho! Ho! Ho!
What a card.
Ho!
Would I kid about something like that? Why won't you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
Sounds like pre-amnesia Steve was a freaking colossal douchebag. Thank God for amnesia.
Imagination's a swell thing to have, in small amounts. Man needs to keep his feet on the ground. especially if he's getting married. Tell me, is your father feeling better? Is he going back to the slaughterhouse anytime soon?
I don't know, Mr. Potsdam. He and Mom went at it last night pretty hard.
I can't imagine a better job than working in a slaughterhouse.
Roy Calhoun from the classic 1980s movie Motel Hell would absolutely agree with this statement. More than you'll ever know.
But wait! Maybe I don't want to work in a slaughterhouse.
Bite your tongue with that serpent's tooth. Your dad's slaughterhouse is the most successful business in Harvest. You'll love it there. Oh, sure. Cutting animals open may not be much fun. Reaching into their bodies and yanking out the bloody guts, intestines dangling and slapping against you, the smell of death and shit in your nostrils all the time. Well, those are all definite cons.
Well, gee, I don't know. You made that sound pretty fucking delightful.
But once you're done, the guts have been washed into the gutters. What are you left with? Meat. Rows and rows of scrumptious red meat.
Says the man who has a picture of meat above his couch, where the caption says the man of the house squeezing his meat.
Holy shit! Fuck! I'm a fuck stick! Wait until you freaking... It's that thing! Comes to self-fulfilling prophecy! The thing you just read! That was the thing! Ah! It will become a self-fulfilling prophecy of prophecies. Prophecy! Ah!
Meat is the foundation of any decent society. Everyone needs at least 3 servings of red meat a day. And anyone who says otherwise is a commie. And once you're married to Stephanie, I'll be part of the family too. And your father will give me all the meat I want. Kind of makes up for not getting into the lodge.
Okay, can we please fucking cut the meat talk already? You sound freaking like squeezing meat. Okay, I get it.
Okay, let's just freaking talk about something else here. Let's talk about... Okay, you mentioned something about a lodge. Yeah, what's this about a lodge?
There's wonders inside. I've heard there's more meat in there than they know what to do.
God freaking goddamn it!
Mr. Potsdam mentions that we can fill out some sort of lodge application at the local post office, though if I'm already destined to live a life with meat, then I don't know what the fuck the difference is. So we learn that Mr. Potsdam is Stephanie's father. We learn from our little shit brother that Stephanie is grounded. Mrs. Potsdam was the one who grounded her, according to the man of the house. But the man of the house can't give permission for Steve to go upstairs to go see Stephanie.
You better go ask her permission before you go upstairs. Sorry, Steve. The last thing I want to do is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat at stake. You will remind your dad about the meat. Won't you?
This game's idea of foreshadowing is about as blunt as a fucking hammer.
Alright, we'll go meet Stephanie later on. Right now, we're just getting the general idea of just how psychotic everyone really is in this town. Seems to be pretty fucking psychotic so far. So this crazy train rolls along to an abandoned house across the street.
Well, of course, this can only be good.
This place could sure use a gardener. Oh wait, I just said that. So this house seems to be having a little bit of a bee problem. Or, more precisely, a wasp problem. The car seems to be infested with wasps. And so is the attic window of this house. What can possibly go wrong here? So we go inside and we find an old woman sitting alone In front of a table, something. Sorts.
It's not often that I get visitors.
Oh, golly gee, I wonder why that is. It could quite possibly be because there's freaking wasp nests on the freaking walls and in the icebox, and all the freaking icebox is sealed shut with wasp nests. And oh, looky there, a picture of a wasp on the wall. Isn't that just darling?
I am Tetsuo Crumb. The ignorant of harvest called me the Wasp Woman. A pejorative, no doubt, born of fear and a poverty of imagination.
I don't understand.
The politics of honey, the Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible for the prejudice against wasps.
Okay, then.
So, you really want to know what this crazy woman's babbling about? Because she tells you. Oh boy, does she tell you. In very long, extremely unsettling expositions. And yet, what she says sounds admissible. Some of it, anyway. For example,
regard the wasp. Wasps produce nothing for others, but only for themselves.
Yeah, man! Fuck yeah, they do! They live off the fucking grid, man! They don't take shit from nobody!
They spread into eaves and attics, not to make honey for supermarkets, but to buzz and rustle on their own paper, perpetuating their own agenda, growing stealthily, surely. The most relentless of insects.
Are wasps freaking planning to take over the world? Because I gotta tell you right now, freaking Pinky and the Brain have tried to do that shit for ages. It's gotten them nowhere.
So, Tetsuo Crumb hates honeybees but loves the wasp, and in fact admits to raising wasps. As if the place were a honeybee farm. All because of, and I freaking cannot believe I'm freaking analyzing this, the so-called politics of honey, or consumerism versus aesthetic value, which I'll admit sounds most appealing to me. Then there is the so-called Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice, coupled with the so-called conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure, all of which I can't make any goddamn sense out of, but I'm sure as hell gonna try!
When a bee stings, it rips itself apart and dies for its audacity. This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. They are not as sympathetic to the masses, because they don't die when they sting. They live to sting another day, and they take pleasure from it.
A great deal of pleasure.
Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer, hedonistic instead of industrial. Some think them quick to anger. In truth, they are easily swayed to ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation, each painful welt an act of love.
Alrighty then, I think we are done here for today, kiddos. That was fucking horrible. This woman needs to fucking die. Anyway, coming up on the next episode...
Leave It to Beaver here, and his sweet 90s flannel continues to trip on acid as we continue to explore more of the town of Harvest. We meet half a man, literally half a man, who is very, very emotionally stable and does not have the button to single-handedly start World War III. We come to find that all firemen are flaming to do anything else other than their goddamn jobs. We also go back to school and get schooled. For example, hanging meat plus stray cats equals quality. Questioning the duck and cover method results in a Looney Tunes skit. Also, we brush up on the finer points of violence as entertainment, and how the satire at this point in the game becomes pretty self-explanatory. Finally, we learn that Deliverance, inbred Hicks, and Harvest specialize in alien beef jerky. Roy Calhoun is so jealous right now, or he would be if he didn't eat himself all up, because he tasted so gosh darn good. Until next time.